This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
When Alex Poythress scores in double figures, the basketball Cats never lose. No, really. At least this season they haven't. Kentucky is now 7-0 when Alex scores double digits. 16 for Poythress in the win over Vanderbilt Saturday. Head coach John Calipari saying after the game, good win, liked how his team played at times, but he doesn't want a March team in January.
He just wants a steady growth. You don't want a team that reached its peak in November, because then they don't get no better. You want to see steady improvement each and every day, each and every month until they peak around March or late February, something like that, right before tournament time, to where we're playing our best basketball, and then we're trying to make a little run to try to win championships.
31st straight home win for the basketball Cats, along with Poythress, Tyler Eulis, and Jamal Murray, also in double figures. Eulis led the way with 21, and by now everyone knows what Tyler is doing with the Cats. But Coach Cal says Alex wants to have that big man on campus status too.
Everyone wants the corner office and the big car and the nice pay raise, but they just don't want to have the responsibility every day, every possession, every moment that goes along with the corner office and the nice car and well, when I was in that other thing and no one even knew me for a week and I'd be all right and I'd go out and do it, and then every quarter I had to, well, yeah, when you're in the corner office, they want to know every day, every moment. That's what's hard. And like Tyler, he wants the corner office. That's what he wants.
All right, next up for the Cats are the Missouri Tigers. They come to Rupp Arena Wednesday, late tip time, 9 o'clock on the SEC Network. Mizzou is dead last in the Southeastern Conference with an 8-11 record. Well, Cameron Justice back inside the building he played in for 4 straight boys Sweet 16s. The freshman did not have a good day, though, on Saturday. Played just 7 minutes against Kentucky. That's 5 minutes below his average playing time this year. As soon as he checked into the game, he picked up a quick offensive foul, shoving Eulis. He finished 0 for 3 from the field, and Cam told me after the game the locker room was quiet, but they'll be okay.
Just keep our heads up. It's tough to play on the road, especially to come to a place like this. And we didn't play well. They played really well, and we just got to move on to the next one.
Morehead State, Jacksonville State, playing Sunday. #thanksweather. First half, the visitors on fire. Eric Durham, that's a splash ball. Greg Tucker. That's a splash ball. Game high 24 for Tucker. Gamecocks up by 20, but the Eagles make a run. Malik Maitland. Bang! Comes off the bench, had 11 points. Now it's Xavier Moon. I like this one. Pull up Jay, the guard, finishing with a team high 22. Brent Arrington now gives it up to Anthony Alici. That's 1, 2, and 3 the hard way. The Eagles cut the deficit to 1 in the second half, but Morehead State falls 78-74. The 9th-ranked Kentucky women on the floor tomorrow night for an SEC showdown with the Tennessee Volunteers. The Wildcats come off a loss at Ole Miss last Thursday. They had 21 turnovers in the game, allowed the Rebels to score 73 points. Head coach Matthew Mitchell wants his team determined to have a cleaner game against the 18th-ranked Lady Vols.
We have to get our entire team really, Janae and everybody focused in on the details of how to do things the right way, and we have struggled with that, and certainly struggled with that Thursday night. So all of us, no matter who plays in the game, we have to go out and really focus on being a lot more detail-oriented and sharper.
Top 20 matchup tomorrow night, Tennessee and Kentucky. 64th meeting all-time between the two schools. Coach Mitchell just 4-12 all-time against the Lady Vols since he's been at Kentucky. Good news is the game is at Memorial Coliseum, and 3 of those 4 wins for Coach Mitchell are in Lexington. 7 o'clock tip time on ESPN2. It's part of ESPN's Big Monday coverage. Well, in case you missed it, big Saturday night for the basketball Cats in the NBA. Let's start out in Sacktown with Boogie. DeMarcus Cousins, he was cooking against the Pacers. He goes for 48 points in a win over Indiana. That's a career high. The Sacramento Kings have now won 5 in a row. Cousins 48 ties the Sacramento era record for most points in a regulation game. Kevin Martin also went for 48 against the T-Wolves in March of 2008. Meanwhile, Archie Goodwin did this.
Goodwin with 3. Goodwin with 2. Puts it up. Good! Archie Goodwin with a 1/10 of a second with a clutch shot to give the Suns the lead.
The former Wildcat hits the game winner as the Suns beat the Hawks at home. He finished with 24 points in the night. Not done, though. Karl Anthony Towns, the rookie, the #1 overall draft pick from last year's Kentucky team. Watch the big man go. He's got dribbles. He's got that. I mean, nobody wanted to guard him. We'll take another look. Cat goes for 14 in the win over Memphis. Goodness, what a dunk by KAT. All right, still to come, we know the 2 teams who will play in the Super Bowl 50. Highlights of the NFC and AFC championship games. Welcome back. 4 teams playing for a chance to play in Super Bowl 50 right here on WYMT. First up, the AFC championship game in Denver. Peyton Manning, the Denver Broncos, Tom Terrific, and the New England Patriots. 17th time in their storied careers, Manning and Brady face off. Broncos first drive, Manning back to pass, finds Owen Daniels wide open. 21-yard touchdown, 7-0 Denver. Later in the first quarter, Manning throws it into the flat. Ronnie Hillman, he can't make the catch. It's ruled incomplete, but Bill Belichick, he reaches into the sock, throws out the red flag, decides to challenge it, says it's a lateral, and after they review it, they say, yeah, it's a lateral. Patriots ball at the 22. Ensuing drive, Steven Jackson. He's in for a 1-yard score, extra point. No good, makes it 7-6. Broncos still lead. Let's go second quarter. Brady in the shotgun. Oh, he's picked off. Von Miller. 4th thrown interception by Brady in his last 5 postseason games. Broncos convert the turnover to points as Manning finds his man again. Owen Daniels. 12-yard score. It was 17-9 at the break. Let's go second half, 4th quarter. Broncos up 20-12, 4th and 1. Patriots, they decide to go for it. Brady gets Julian Edelman, but Chris Harris says, no. Turnover on downs. Pats get the ball back. 2:25 to play. Same score. 4th and 6. Brady to Gronk. That's overthrown. Incomplete. Now New England still has all 3 of its timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Defense holds. Pats with another chance. 4th and 10. Brady to Gronk. This time they connect. Rob Gronkowski, 40-yard gain. 17 seconds left. 4th and goal. Brady to Gronk. Got him. 20-18. Got to go for 2 to force overtime. Brady. Ball is tipped by former Patriot Aqib Talib, and it's ended up being picked off, so you got to go for the onside kick for more life. The Broncos' Silo Keogh recovers. The Broncos are headed to the Super Bowl 50 that is. 20-18, it'll be the Broncos' 8th Super Bowl appearance, tied for most all time. All right, NFC Championship. Panthers, Cardinals, Cam Newton, Carson Palmer. First time in NFL playoff history that Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks square off. First quarter, Panthers up 3-0. Newton slides to the right. Reverse. Crisscross. Ted Ginn on the reverse, and he gone. 22 to the house. That means a kid gets a football. Yay, 10-0 Panthers. About a minute to go in the opening quarter. Newton slings one to Corey Brown. Makes a man miss, and he's fast. This game scheduled for 4 quarters. They really only needed about 1 quarter. Carolina up 24-7 at halftime recess. That was an 86-yarder to pay dirt. Second half, Newton, Superman, into the end zone. And a dab. Panthers up 31-7. Only gets worse for the Cards. Palmer, just a terrible day. Threw 3 interceptions. This one picked off by Luke Kuechly, and it's a 21-yard pick six. 7 turnovers by the Cardinals, most by any team in any playoff game since the Packers had 8 in the 2001 against the Rams. Carolina, NFC champs, 49-15. So The Broncos and the Panthers, Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, California, February 7th, right here on WYMT. Should be fun. That's sports. We'll be back.